This video is brought to you by Everspace 2, a fast-paced single-player space shooter where vicious encounters and brutal challenges stand between you and that next epic loot drop. Available now on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and the Nintendo Switch 2. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, we're live.
What's up, team?
Can you hear me as well as see me now?
No,
Oh,
you're doing
yes.
you're doing the rude finger.
No, I'm not. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Windbreakers podcast. I'm Yahtzee Crowshaw, and I'm joined by Jane Marty. All the energy's gone now.
You had so much energy the first
Deflated.
time. It was
I
shocking.
know.
It was probably your best intro yet, honestly.
Arguably, absolutely.
And this week, we're talking about the way games makers want things. Now, obviously, there's reasons why we want to play games. We want to get to the ends of interesting stories. We want to challenge ourselves with interesting challenges and experience new and exciting things. We're not talking about those ways games makers want things. We're talking about the way games makers want things if it hasn't got any of that.
So the bad ways, the negative ways,
Yes.
the dirty ways.
Yeah.
If it has to use like weird mind-altering tactics. I'll tell you why this came to mind.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Because as you know, I'm a recent convert to the Dead by Daylight crew,
Oh, yes.
and I've been playing a fair bit of that. But as I said in my semi-ramblomatic on the subject, I never play Killer. I only like playing Survivor. But, like a week ago, I was looking at the list of available quests in my Dead by Daylight menu screen, and there were a bunch of quests that were just for killers. There was a bunch of quests for like new players that just complete these, and then you're officially inducted. Well done.
What is a
And I've
for
done
people
all-
who haven't played? What does a quest do? Like, what is it?
It's-
What does completing a quest give you?
It
Blood
gives
box.
you points to spend on like things.
Okay, meow meow beans. It gives you meow meow beans to spend on.
It gives you it gives you one of the 3 currencies in the game. That's the most basic one.
Mhm.
There's one currency that you spend on like random bollocks, one currency you spend on fancy bollocks, and one currency you only get from spending actual money. And I'll be buggered if I'm getting any of that.
Sure.
But yes, the basic currency you get for completed quests. And there was an array of new player quests, and I'd completed all of them except for like a few, which were just play 1 round as the trapper, play 1 round as the huntress, and smash such and such number of wooden boards. So even though I am flatly against playing Killer, I looked at those and thought, well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to just play Killer once or twice. So I did a couple of rounds as Huntress, killed 2 guys, 2 of them got away, felt good about that. But after I'd gotten the quests and gotten a meager sampling of basic currency, I thought to myself, why did that work? Why did that work on me? Me, who has already come to terms with the fact that I just don't enjoy playing Killer. That's not my sort of thing. And indeed, didn't particularly enjoy playing Killer. But I did it anyway. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with us?
Yeah, there's a few parts to that. As previously mentioned, the free motivation systems are intrinsic, narrative, and extrinsic. And what you're describing is just extrinsic motivation. You want the thing. You've been conditioned to want the currency, and I'm assuming, had done all the other quests, so you'd kind of ran dry on quicker ways to get them. And they gave you a short burst of content that you wouldn't usually do, and you understand the reward, right? You understand why you're doing the thing. So like you said, it's a very quick and easy, I'll do that. And I think when we get down to a lot of it, a lot of what we're going to discuss today is going to be extrinsic motivation. People want things.
But the conclusion I was faced with afterwards was that I'd just done something I didn't want to do, that I didn't enjoy doing, just because it made a little number go up.
Is it because it made the number go up, or is it because you wanted to kind of keep your list of tasks tidy?
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing I was going to ask.
Checklists.
I've found myself sometimes in games, falling into the checklist thing of like, it feels, it feels good. There's so many things in life we don't have control over. It feels good to have control over something, like doing a deep Sunday cleaning, being like, oh man, I did the laundry and I scrubbed the tub and the dishes are clean. And it's kind of nice to be able to check things off a list. And I feel like I get that way sometimes in games where I'll be like, oh, I don't care about the reward of this thing, and I don't particularly enjoy doing this. But if I do it 2 more times, I can check this off, and like it'll go into a sub menu, and I'll like close that menu, and it won't be like a hanging Chad left.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I put my hands up to that. I do like things to be tidy.
I think you like puzzles. You like kind of completing little things. I've noticed.
I always insisted on organizing my attaché case in Resident Evil 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's small examples of that in a lot of games. Of like, you always say, oh, you liked in an RPG every town making sure you have 100 potions. That's almost the equivalent of like mentally putting your things where you want them, as opposed to like, well, this isn't really necessary.
Weapons go in the top left. The ammo boxes go immediately to the right of the weapons. Healing items go in the bottom left. Grenades go in the bottom right. In
just
order.
A smidge of OCD.
There's a
just
system.
A tiny bit. I think it's important to not underestimate the power
have a system.
It's important to understand like how great it is from a player perspective for the developers to visually give you a checklist or a quest breakdown of exactly what you could possibly be doing and why so many games do it, because it can divert your focus towards things that you wouldn't have considered. Like in Yahtzee's case, I don't enjoy this part of the game. I don't want to play it. If those quests didn't exist, you probably wouldn't have played Killer whatsoever. But they're guiding you towards other avenues of gameplay to kind of help people, vary up their their play session, play certain aspects of gameplay that they wouldn't otherwise. And I think that's you wouldn't even think about them if that checklist wasn't there. So it's important.
Well, I accept that. It caused me to play something I wouldn't have otherwise played, and potentially, that's the whole reason for like the starter quests, to help you get your feet wet and understand what you do in this game. But I'd already decided I didn't want to do that because that's.
But
not my
you
kind
also
of thing.
you also said I killed 2 people and I was happy with that. Or like I was proud of that, right?
Yeah. I was playing Huntress, I threw an axe, hit someone with absolute peach of a throw, like 50 yards.
Yeah.
And I came away from it thinking, yep, never going to do that again.
But like in the moment, did you enjoy it? Like, did you enjoy getting those kills? Did you get some form of enjoyment out of that?
I enjoyed it in the sense that one enjoys scratching an itchy rash, but one would generally, on balance, prefer not to have had the itchy rash in the first place.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it... You clearly like spending time in the game now. You clearly enjoy spending time in Dead by Daylight. So is it just your brain saying, well, if I'm going to be spending time in here, I might as well be working towards something? Like, does it feel like a 2 birds with 1 stone kind of thing?
I think so. It's, as you say, it's keeping things tidy, and it's having the extrinsic reward of having the little quest. Like, that's what dailies are for, isn't it? I mean, back in the day, you
Yeah.
didn't need that shit. If you're playing like Quake Deathmatch or Team
Yeah.
Fortress Classic, you'd just play the game to play the game.
Intrinsic, yeah. You just want to play.
Yeah. It's
But
Show
did
your
they
skills.
did those games back then
Win.
have like emblems if you win 1,000 matches or if you get a certain amount? Well, there was no like bragging right, like visual
The
indication
golden
of
weapons
bragging
in
rights.
Red Dead Redemption Online. If you got a certain amount of headshots, you could go.
They didn't really have those.
Back in the day, it was you did it for the love of the game. I
Yeah.
think the invention of achievements might have been part of the road that got us here.
Yeah, and I was gonna say like once you got to the 360 era of like Modern Warfare and stuff, kind of having ranks and like you could see how good a
Prestiges.
character is. Yeah, prestiges, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
I mean, it's sort of related to like leveling up in an RPG, and of course, MMOs already existed by that point. And World of Warcraft is the king of making us want things we don't really want.
Yeah,
Jay, you obviously have the most experience in MMOs.
Well, it's World of Warcraft, and if you think about extrinsic rewards, it's the carrot on the stick. Obviously, it's never done. You're always getting things, and also a huge part of it is e-penis measuring. You back in the day in like vanilla, you could walk into a city and see, other players and immediately ascertain their skill and how much they've played and what they've done just by the armor they were wearing. And you can kind of do that nowadays, but with the addition of transmog, which allows you to just equip whatever gear visually on yourself, it's kind of lost that aspect. But it is about like it's the same with it. Prestiges in things like Modern Warfare and stuff like that. It's looking at someone and be like, holy shit, they have a lot of time in this game. They've played a lot. They're really good. They've got these achievements. They've done X, Y, and Z. So when you get into these multiplayer areas, it's all about like EP measuring, and Dead by Daylight has a little bit of that, which is like if you've played certain killers or survivors enough, they get like blood splatters on them.
I got my fully bloodstained Feng Min now.
Yeah,
Happy with that.
Which is a way of being like I've played a lot, right? And I think one of the things to just for a second loop back to currency, one of the things that Dead by Daylight does well, but then kind of fumbles for the rest, is if we look at Black Flag has a whole bunch of extrinsic motivation to do with the ship, with your gear, with your weapons, your armor. Like there's so many different avenues you could pursue, but all of them come back to this one unified currency. So any piece of content you progress in, you obtain an extrinsic reward to spend to your liking. And Dead by Daylight does that with its blood bucks. I don't know what they're actually called. Where you buy, like you buy new power-ups and level up characters, and that's how you spend them, which is really good because just like we saw with Yahtzee is like, I will go do this other piece of content I don't really want to do because it's going to give me blood bucks, and that will allow me to progress on the thing I do want to do. So dips their toes in that. But then Dead by Daylight also is like, here's two other currencies. You lose that motivation.
Well, it's the standard live service model to have like a whole bunch of different currencies now. I mean, shit like Marvel's Avengers had like 9, all for like crafting weapons and shit.
But I lost it. It made me lose a bunch of motivation because when I played Dead by Daylight for a bit, I saw the Castlevania pack, which came with like Alucard and like Trevor Belmont and Dracula, and I was like, hell yeah, let's go. Spent real life money on that, and then I got in. I was trying to equip skins and stuff, and I didn't own a bunch of the skins, even though I'd spent money on the pack. It was like, no, you own the characters now, and now you can level them up. You don't own these skins.
Yeah,
you can't play as Soma Cruz, and I'm like,
it's
what?
like you pay like a table fee to like sit in the, but there's like still a 2-drink minimum that you have to. That you have to pay for.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
That's a flawed analogy because you can unlock the skins just by playing a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, if you've already paid, I'm assuming you paid like real human money for the Castlevania stuff.
Yeah, I
right?
paid cash.
Yeah, and so there it is, like you're paying real human money for the right to then play the game more to unlock stuff, which is like what premium battle passes are. Like I haven't played a ton of these games, but when I was playing like Marvel Snap, it was one of those things where you paid the $10 or whatever for the premium battle pass, and it leveled you up a little bit. But then in order to get your money's worth, you had to play pretty religiously that month.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. And then, these
Yeah.
live service games can also do that with FOMO of tapping into like your own likes and nostalgia with, like, I just saw the new season of Fortnite has like a bunch of, it's like video game themed, and it's all video game themed, but like has like Sonic and Mega Man and Joker from I almost said from Smash,
and
from
not
Persona.
Link. Yeah.
And not Link,
This is me laughing at the concept of Fortnite having a theme. Laugh, 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 laugh. That's what I say to that.
I mean, is its theme just everything?
Apparently.
Yeah.
It's completely toneless.
Yeah.
Are you guys pro or against
I fucking
battle passes?
Second Life in there now. Sorry, what?
Are you
pro or against
battle passes?
Battle passes?
Meaning what? Just like
do you think they are a positive thing for free games that are free? Do you think battle passes are a positive thing to?
When you say battle pass, do you mean like you make a one-time payment and that unlocks all the shit? Yes.
No, battle passes. I mean, like there is within, and I guess you don't play a lot of multiplayer games, so you're not really going to encounter a lot of this in your day-to-day gaming. So there is a pass. So basically, there's this system where when you play, you will level up on this track, and as you level, you will unlock cosmetics or rewards in game. And there is a free track which you get for free, which gives you some cool rewards. But if you pay, it's like $10, which is supporting the game because these are usually, hopefully, in free games.
Yeah.
You will get a secondary track above the free one, which is like the premium one, which has cooler rewards, maybe a little bit more stuff to use in game. And it's basically a thank you for helping to support the game. Like, do you think this is a good thing for consumers and like studio relations, or do you think it's bad business?
Well, as with a lot of instances of financial support of games, the problem is not when like the plucky indie does it. The problem is when the big money dudes come along and say, "Ooh, that seems like a good way to make money," and then adds into all their 500 other ways to make money.
And I think a lot of people draw a line between, okay, if the battle pass is there forever, then it's fine. Whereas if you're paying and then the battle pass is for 1 month or one season, then all of a sudden you've paid for something that has a ticking clock, and that then you feel there's like a sunk cost fallacy that, oh my God, I've already put $10 into this, so I should keep playing this, even though you might not be having fun, or even though you might rather be playing X, Y, or Z that night. There's I mean, it taps into that FOMO, which a lot of games do in different ways. Single player games can tap into FOMO too, with the I made a whole video about how the growing trend of, if you pre-order the deluxe edition for an extra $10, $20, $30, you might get to play the game a weekend early. 72 hours early, 3 days early, 2 days early. And that kind of taps into that FOMO of, I want to be able to finish Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 9 before anyone else does, and I don't want the game spoiled, or I want that to happen with
or I want to play with my friends,
or I want to play with my friends, and they're all going to be jumping into Forza Horizon a week early, and man, I really want to get in there so we can have fun that week.
I will fork up the extra game cost, right? And it's the same with battle passes, because some battle passes allow you to just buy levels with money. Yeah. So you're like, I don't have the time to finish it this month because I'm going on holiday or I have work. Oh, that's fine. I'll spend an extra $50 to get the max level so I don't have to play. So you're paying money to get the rewards to not play the game. Yeah. Not all battle passes do that, but it can be a scummy way of trying to bleed players.
I developed a pretty good technique of getting away from FOMO.
Let's hear it.
I never watch like popular movies or do anything that's popular just for the sake of FOMO. And what you need to do is internalize the fact that you're an antisocial git. And then you stop caring. So I don't like someone brings up the thing they watch on TV. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. Let's talk about the Second World War instead.
You've had more than enough time to get to the Second World War. Yeah.
I saw Brand New Day, the new Spider-Man movie.
I don't care. See how easy this is?
It reminded me to be like,
I hate you. That's all you need to do.
But that's like a thing. If you care about those movies, you kind of want to go before you get spoiled in them, right? Like you were like, I want to
spoil away. I don't care.
But everyone's not like that. Like, these things do bring people happiness, and so I get it with those. With like a
but sitting in a packed theater with all the people I was with last night, that's not worth it. I'll just wait.
You know what I've literally just gotten to? I've just gotten to the BBC sitcom Ghosts. Some random clips of it came up on YouTube, and I watched some of it, and I thought that looks like a lot of fun. And I've watched like all the clips there are of it now, and I'm this close to actually watching it. And that's like 5 years old now. That's
you think you're going to watch the American remake? There's an American remake.
Certainly fucking won't.
I think it's from the part of the team who made Horrible Histories, which was a children's TV show. They're really talented, those guys.
But anyway, what other ways do games make us want things we don't actually want? Because, the funny thing is, when we talk about like grinding up, sometimes the mere act of grinding up for something makes us want the something, even if it's nothing at all. There's just the mere knowledge that we've had to like do a lot of work to get one shitty avatar makes us like equip the avatar and say, look, everyone, look at my avatar that I worked so hard for.
It's e-penis measuring. That's what it is. But also, you can measure e-penis by yourself. Like, there can be an accomplishment of I've grinded for this thing, I got this thing, I've earned this thing. One of the things that I don't like, and I want to see if you guys agree, I'm not a huge fan of the game being like, oh, congratulations, you've done it. This is the bad ending. Play the game again.
I hated that in Silent Hill F. That was like the example in recent years for me.
Oh, yeah? Can you describe it to me?
Yeah, well, the bad ending for Silent Hill F, spoiler alert, spoilers for Silent Hill F for the next couple of minutes, I guess. Well, when you beat the game the first time, the only ending you can get is the bad ending, where it turns out it was all a dream and you were on drugs or something. And then the obligation is to play the game again, and this time not like take any of the pills. This is like the basic healing item. And but even if you play for the first time and not take any pills, you still get the bad ending because that's the one you always get on your first playthrough.
Yeah, I feel like it does a little bit of like pulling from how Nier is kind of meant to be played multiple times, and your multiple playthroughs kind of reflect and speak to your previous playthroughs. And Nier does. I think Nier is a great example of, yes, when you start getting to the C and D and E route, you're like, oh, this is like legitimately different.
That's
than
different.
What I played
It's
before.
designed for it at that point, right?
Yeah. Whereas, and Silent Hill has had a history of like, oh, replay the game again, and you get, a katana, or you get like a chainsaw or something like that. But
I mean, it is a bit of a kick in the balls if you play like Silent Hill 1 and the first ending you get is like bad plus, where everyone dies and you fail.
Yeah.
And because you didn't realize there were like a whole bunch of other things you were supposed to be doing throughout the course of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want that other ending to kind of be not easily obtainable, but targetable from the save just before you finish. Right.
See, that's what we call ending Tron 3000, and that's another thing I don't like. That's where at the very end of the game you make one decision that changes the ending, and the end result is the game doesn't feel like it has an actual ending, because what's the first thing you do? Reload your last save and take the other ending?
Well, to use Symphony of the Night as an example, when you get the first kind of bad ending, it is very easy to then go back and be like, oh shit, I got the bad ending.
Okay, well that's a different thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, that's what I mean by easily targetable. I don't mean like, let's just pick the second option and see what happens. Like you said, that's ending Tron 3000. But being able to be like, I actually need to do this weird string of things to get the good ending, but at least I can actually do it. I don't have to replay. And if you are going to replay the game, do something interesting with it. I mean, like the inverse castle, right? Like do something.
Yeah, and Silent Hills is interesting because it is literally like the halfway point of the game, and so it's less like, I don't think I would put that in the ending Tron thing, if only because it's almost like, it's kind of like how you can finish Silk Song without getting to the third act, but the third act is kind of like the rest of the game. Yeah. But even that, like, for some people, it's going to kind of be like, well, I just want to play this game once and I want to experience the story without having to go back and feel like you're making me artificially, increase
Replay
my
everything.
playtime by
Yeah.
replaying this thing.
I mean, I don't mind like a game being set up for replays. It's the obligation to have to do it in order to get like the closure.
Yeah, I mean, it is a tough thing. Like, I like wanting to replay something. I don't like feeling obligated to replay something,
Yes.
I guess, which a lot of this boils down to. We want to at least feel like we are in charge of our own decisions, whether we are or not.
Because a big part of like the fun of playing a game is the experience of discovery.
Mhm.
And it's very annoying to have to play through the game again and do all the same stuff again. Like go through all the same areas, fight all the same boss fights for the sake of some slightly different story cutscenes.
Especially like a horror game is kind of, so much of it is those the first time reaction, and that gets dulled down. And we talked about
It's
that even
difficult to
with
replay
like
them.
yeah, scary scenes where like there's instant fails. Very quickly they become frustrating. Whereas if you get through a scary section like that and don't die, you're like, oh, that was actually really cool, and like I feel like I accomplished something.
It's a difficult balance. It's like making the player feel threatened without being being so hard. For a horror game, you always want the player to feel like they're escaping by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah,
It should never feel like too easy. You'll never get frustratingly hard. You have to keep trying.
yeah.
Used to be manufactured for sure.
Yeah, I think Resident Evil generally does a good job of walking that line.
Mm-hmm.
Alien
one
Isolation
example
does a
of a
great
game
job of
that-
that as well.
Yeah, I was playing like Sinking City 2 last week, and that game does not walk that line very well. But you'll hear
Yeah,
all
there's a-
about that in the upcoming review.
Oh my glob.
There's a lot of stuff in Alien Isolation where the alien will appear as a threat, but actually isn't, and is just roaming, but feels as if it's chasing you. So you feel like you're escaping, and it's got many examples of that. It is a difficult balance.
What about
Yeah,
what about
sorry, go on.
in a game where you have a million collectibles and there's kind of a promise that something will happen if you find them all, and maybe that promise ends up not really delivering? And I'm thinking of the Korok seeds. In,
Yeah, it's like a pile of
Breath
shit.
Of the
Yeah.
Wild. Yeah,
Or
where
the-
the Korok seeds are like the largest quantity of collectibles in the game, and if you find them all, Hestu gives you like Hestu's reward or something, which is like a golden pile of shit. So it's clearly kind of a goof on the developer.
I
like
But I think
Yeah.
in that case, there's a constant drip feed of like fun. And that it's fun to find the seeds. It's fun to see the little dudes jump out of the ground and go, yay.
yeah.
The
Most people
egregious
just want to
example-
spend time in that version of Hyrule because like they like it. Yeah.
The egregious example for me is the flags in the first Assassin's Creed game.
Oh, the ones you have to like chase down that are like kind of
No. They're literally just collectible flags that are found throughout the world, and they have no use. They're like the feathers in Assassin's Creed 2 was similar, but there's like a story cutscene if you get them all. The first game didn't even have that. It was just flags. Pick up flags, and then you have found all of the flags.
yeah. I mean, I think it's a good. I like it when a game has a bunch of stuff and then doles out rewards as you're collecting them. Which, to be fair, with the little Korok seeds, you do get extra bow and inventory spaces and everything, which is actually really important in the game. And I've been replaying some of the GTA games, and like Vice City, they have those like hidden packages I think you need to collect, and I believe every 10 of them or something gets you a new unlockable, which is fun. And that kind of that checkered progress, I feel like lends to you like giving you more ambition to get those things, because instead of having to wait till you get 100, you get something at 10 and 20 and 30.
Yeah, I would love to see data from Nintendo, which we'd never see, of the completion rate of people 100%ing the Korok collection, and seeing the percentage of players doing that before and after the reveal on the internet of what the reward is.
Sure.
Because I bet it fucking nosedives.
Yeah.
After people realize that getting all, what is it, like 900 or something?
Yeah, I think it's like an insane number. Yeah.
Getting all 900 gives you nothing. Basically, it gives you basically a little collectible item. I reckon a lot more people would have been motivated if they could be like, wait, what actually do I get for doing all 900? Oh, it's like the awesome bike you get from
in the DLC,
the crazy mode, or like like you get something basically game breaking. Because I think more games should do that, of just like adding something as a reward, something to just bust the game wide open.
Yeah.
Because once you've got all 900, you've done everything. Just
I hate when a reward
is
is like, I think Ocarina of Time, the final reward might be something like the biggest wallet, and you're like, by the end of this game, I don't need, like, I live in a post-money world. I don't need any of this.
Well,
Yeah, the best reward is more gameplay. I think that's a good universal rule.
Yeah.
More
Or
like
less.
challenges, more interesting weapons, or a thing that breaks the game, as you say. I think that's the best way to end like an open world game, is just to give you something that will let you
Crazy.
just piss about.
Well, it was the Fierce Deity Mask for me was the first example of a reward from a huge collection that was super like cathartic of just we're basically going to delete the end boss for you because you've put all the effort into getting all the masks. And like I speak about it in my episode that I just did on Symphony of the Night, but like the second half of the Inverse Castle, I was so overpowered that I was just roaming the castle, one-shotting everything, including bosses, just going up to them, like absolutely destroying them. And it was unbelievably satisfying. I was just like, this feels really, really good. I want more of that. I think it's fine to let people just break the game if they've paid enough attention to getting to that point. Unless it's FF8, fuck that game.
Straight
Oh,
shots.
there you go. Did we have any last points before going to super chats? I want more than just number go up, I suppose. I suppose I'm asking myself, what would make the quests in Dead by Daylight worth it?
I was just about to ask you that very question. What would you want from Dead by Daylight to make it more enticing for you?
See, it's tricky because like you can't really give gameplay boons because it's a multiplayer game, and you can't give people advantages.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I would appreciate the quests more if they unlocked some kind of story. If it unlocked like lore, because there's already lore in the game.
Yeah.
If it like unlocked a little like comic book page,
That could be cool.
like telling us a story of one of the characters that I like.
Yeah, it wouldn't even have to be something that they wouldn't have to be some like, motion captured super intense cutscene. It could be something as like as cool as like an animated little comic, and if you get to halfway through all of the challenges, you get the first part of it, and if you finish all of their challenges, then you get
something that feels enriching in ways that a skin that has bloodstains on it does not.
Well, you've just described, we were talking about intrinsic, extrinsic, and narrative motivation being the three pillars. You've just added a narrative motivation to continual play. But like intrinsic, I think some more like achievement-based cosmetics might be really, really cool, like really difficult ones to get that you can slowly work towards. Might be nice, that more than just blood splatters, right? I think that might help people. Like it's that e-penis measuring. Get more e-penis measuring in Dead by Daylight. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
I have I'm quite confident in the size of my e-penis being of generally, if not slightly below average for most people on Game Online.
Congrats.
Yeah, fair.
I am come to terms with that. Whenever I play competitively, I just try to make sure I don't come last. Like I've never really cared that much about coming first. I just don't want to come last. If I'm like third, I'm like, that works for me.
Hell yeah.
I'm not the suckiest guy in the room.
As long as I'm not the sole person dragging down the team. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. All right then. What have you got to say, chat?
Chat.
Sure, chatters.
Well, the first person who's got something to say, oh, for God's sake, my browser's being weird at me. El Ramper gives $5 and says, if Firelink is anything to go by, the prospect of delaying Marty's evening walk makes us want to give you money.
That is true.
Well, how about
I
delaying
like going
my
on
lunch?
an evening walk, and the problem is by the time Firelink wraps, a lot of times it's dark. And I don't have any sidewalks in my neighborhood or streetlights, and so I'm going to get hit by goddamn cars, and I don't want that to happen.
Oh my gosh.
There's these wonderful things they have now called flashlights.
Get out of town. Torches, as we call them back in the motherland.
Yes, you can even like wear one on your head, on like a headband. I have got a couple of those. I got a couple of those for when I walk the dog during like the darker months in the evening.
My grandmother got one of those.
Do you have sidewalks in your neighborhood? I don't have sidewalks. It's just road.
Well, it's weird in my neighborhood. Some parts of the roads have sidewalks and some don't. Yeah. But there's also cycle lanes, so you can walk in those.
Sure. Yeah.
Just
America is not built for people. Like the infrastructure is built like we are cars. Like you are a car.
Yeah. It's built for cars and multinational corporations, but not actual human beings. That's what America's for.
It's crazy.
Anyway, El Rampa continues with another $5 and says, I dislike games where choices matter for the narrative. Everyday life has too many choices matter as it is. I'm here for the good ending.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. There's some people who just like, you made the thing, let me experience the thing without having to like make my own.
Do you get choices matter anxiety? Does it make you like go, oh, what am I picking the right option for what I want?
Usually. I mean, let me ask you a question. Would you rather have a game where you get the good ending because that's based on merit, as in how well you played, like judging how good you do and like if your aim is good and shit like that? Or would you prefer a game where it just asks you to pick one or two options and doesn't tell you which one is the good ending?
Yeah.
Well, the first one includes a lot of replaying if you are below a certain skill level or aren't playing the way the game wants. So that might be more frustrating. I think I'd honestly prefer ending Tron 3000 in that situation, because then at least I can go, oh shit, I picked the wrong one. Let's reload, rather than, oh no, I didn't get enough headshots. Play the game again.
Yeah.
Yes. See,
they're both bad.
Okay, fair enough. Raven comes back with Raven's Weekly Word of the Week.
Scroll.
Oh, how we love this. Week 64, glibness.
I know the word glib.
Yeah, well, that's
kind of
just
like,
what it is. It
like
just means
a false sense of confidence and unimportant.
It means talking with eloquence, but superficially. Like well spoken, but not actually saying anything.
But kind of hollow. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Raven. Always a pleasure.
Also, we got Ko-Fi Dono from Mac. Thank you so much for the dono, Mac. Hi, guys. Finally got around to joining the Patreon and catching you breaking wind live for the first time. Ooh. So why not test Ko-Fi as well? Thank you so much, Mac. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining the Patreon.
Hell yeah.
Tinker DD gets $5 and says, IDK if this applies, but all the cloud versions on the Nintendo Switch. I'm especially looking at you, Square. Can't run a PS2 game on the Switch. Enix.
Yeah, that is a little that's like slightly outside the topic we were talking about, though kind of close to the title of like being excited by the prospect of something and then being like, well, here's the version of it, and you're like, well, I don't want to play a cloud version of Kingdom Hearts. I want to play the actual versions of the games, which they are fixing, which is nice, but
first they came for putting the game on a disc that you just owned. Then they came for actually installing a digital version of the game on your disc.
Yeah.
And I said nothing, for I was not a digital version of a game on a disc. White Cane V1 gives $5, says, our battle pass is a turn off for anyone else. I pre-ordered WWE 2K226 at the highest tier, but withdrew because of it. It's a yearly game. Well, you could have probably guessed that from the 2K26 on the end. Yeah. What the fuck, 2K?
Yeah, I mean, it's gross, but that's kind of become sports games in a nutshell. Like FIFA makes so much money off that. Like that is like EA.
It's because sports players are like holding their wrists out to be bled. They are nutty.
Yeah. I mean, they used to like exploit them by just selling them variants on the kit and Panini stickers, but now they just sell them the EA Sports games. And those of us who actually appreciate games, let's just leave them to it. Just buy your fucking FIFAs in your own little section of the industry, and we'll be over here having the actual fun.
Can we talk about Panini stickers? What's going on over there?
Panini stickers. You know, you'd buy a pack of Panini stickers at the newsagent and buy an album that you could put the Panini stickers in. But if you got a sticker in your packet that you already had in your sticker album, you take the ones you already had to school and swap them with your friends and say, I got that, got, as they go through their stack of swappables.
He's talking about like sticker albums. I'm not sure where he's getting the word panini from.
Because a panini is like a little toasted sandwich, which is why I'm getting confused.
That was the name of the company that made the football stickers.
Really? That's why I think a lot of Americans and seemingly some British folks are confused at just the panini term. I get the sticker. Panini. It's kind of like trading cards, but stickers. And I don't know why the word panini is there, but yeah.
Well, there were stickers. Delicious. They had to be stickers because you had the album. You had to stick all the stickers in the album, and then the album would be complete.
Sure. Yeah.
I used to get really upset if they weren't perfectly stuck down.
Yeah, because you couldn't unpeel those once they were on.
Mm-hmm. You can't uncook a panini.
No. Taught me a life lesson though.
Diane Spencer gives £10 and says, my fastest super chat yet. And once again, I forgot to set a timer.
Proud of you, Diane.
Well done.
You know who you beat?
Speed
Diane?
running.
You beat the next
Speed
person,
running
so you
second
should
win
feel-
donations. I can get
You
behind
should
that.
feel proud of yourself for beating the following person.
Yes, because they came before Tsunami Dusha, who gave us $20 and said nothing.
Silencio.
We love you, Tsunami.
We also got 10
Dusha.
jewels from Yellow Belt. I'm still not 100% sure what's
lovely.
going on with jewels, but I like saying
Yeah,
them. So
great.
thank you.
Jewels.
Yeah.
Thanks for the jewels.
What a
I'll put
weird
them
word.
in my tiara. Anyway, fist up and I give $5. It says, after tripping over my big artificial todger last week with Liero, I'll apologise for mentioning Pocopia's new underwater door while asking for DLC money. Pocopia's adding an underwater setting.
Yes, they have released their first part of their expansion pack.
Oh my
and this first
goodness.
one is an entire new biome that is totally underwater, and like you have the ability to now swim and breathe underwater and construct things underwater. I
At
believe
least that's an actual expansion of the game. It's not like fucking horse armor. It's not like fucking
yeah.
ponytail
Well,
armor.
World of
Sorry,
Warcraft introduced like housing in their recent expansion, and it's a really in-depth, like crazy customizable system, and it's really good. And everyone was like, getting achievements in the game, even from the previous expansions, will unlock new cosmetics for you to use in your house building. It's like amazing. And then a month after release, they were like, here's microtransaction stuff that you can get. And people were like, what have you done? You
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Is it building houses the way it works in shit like Rust, where you can build a floor and then floor tiles individually and then put the walls on them and then put a roof
It's
tile on them?
honestly, I nearly made a video on it. It's probably one of the most in-depth housing customization systems I've ever seen.
That's surprising.
It's
also
incredible.
surprising because that's not like a part of other Blizzard games. You know, it's not like
it's completely
Blizzard's like, oh,
it's
let's pull
completely
this kind of
self-contained.
building mechanic from X.
So I assume it's not like anyone can just build a house anywhere in the established World of Warcraft.
No, there are neighborhoods and plots. You buy them and then you build them, and they are real things existing in the world.
And then do you have like
visit
actual
other people's
neighbors who
houses.
are humans?
Yes,
They have to
they're real
take-
people. Yeah,
Do they have to take existing parts of the world and like refurbish them?
they're
as
like
plot?
their own islands with like neighborhoods on them and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
But you can
They
visit them, and
didn't have
it's
to
crazy.
rezone.
I'll show you guys one time.
They're
it's
not like
nuts.
gentrifying the Orc City or something.
Yeah, they didn't have to rezone.
They are
any
split
part
into
of the Barrens
factions.
or
There's an
anything like that.
alliance neighborhoods and horde neighborhoods and stuff. Yeah.
Howdy, neighbor. One might say.
Borrow a cup of sugar.
Anyway, Mr. Ventus gives £5. Says, have some money while I convalesce. The back of my throat looks like an exploded shoggoth, and I
no.
feel like I swallowed an infantry unit. Painkillers, yum. Sounds like
no.
tonsillitis,
Oh my God.
Mr.
Sounds like it
Ventus.
might- yeah, that's always a bummer. I hate
At
having
uni, yeah.
swallowing related illnesses.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah, 'cause
tonsillitis
obviously-
5 times
that's-
in 6 months.
Did you get
It
it
was
removed?
grim.
See, I had that. I had like tonsillitis a bunch of times in like quick succession, and I actually said to my doctor, at what point would you recommend removing the tonsils? And he flat out said, we almost never do that anymore.
Is it like there's more harm than good can come from
There's
that?
a lot of risk
Yeah,
with it.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
I was one away. He said I was like, I want them removed, and he was like, if you get it one more time in the next year, we'll remove them. And I never got it again. Fucking
I think, it's
you
probably
go.
swapping you off.
yeah.
Anyway, Kiro the Fox gives $5. Says, would a super chat be a bad way to convince you to want a game? Please wish list my comedy visual novel, Side Quest. Love Second Wind, been a fan for years. Oh, you cheeky boy, Kiro the Fox, plugging your game that is like that.
Hell yeah, more of that. Plug your shit at us. Let's go.
Kuro.
And then EGV88 gives €5. It says, guilt trips are a rotten way to try to make people want something. In both games and real life, I'd say.
I agree. Yeah.
Has a game ever guilt tripped you?
Well, I've played games where I've like tried to reject a side quest, and the game's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just die then because literally no one else can do this.
I'm making
And
the
I
character
shouldn't have them
sad.
all.
Yeah.
And I remember I was playing Final Fantasy VII, I think it was Rebirth or the second one, and the whole Queen's Blood tournament comes up on like the ship in the middle of the game, and I had not been indulging Queen's Blood at all up to that point.
Yeah.
And the game does give you the option of like, not entering the contest because you don't enjoy the Queen's Blood. But I was talking to the NPC that lets you do that, and they just said, you you don't want to play in our fun tournament?
Yeah.
And for some reason, I just caved. I was like, "Oh, fine, I will play this fucking tournament since you apparently think it's so important a game."
The Persona games do that a lot, where like someone will call and be like, "Hey, it's a day off. Do you want to hang out?" And you'll be like, "No, Ryuji, I don't want to hang out. We've already maxed out our friendship. There's no reason. I get nothing out of you for spending time with you." And you're like, "Am I a bad friend in this game?"
More games.
That's
I
like
don't think this is
GTA
good
4,
design.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, GTA 4 characters would call you up and ask you to go bowling.
More games should just for the memes be like, hey, do you want to like come help us liberate this village in this side quest? And the player goes, nah, and then it just comes up with a pop-up saying they all died.
Yeah.
I think everyone's dead, and then you can move on, but show you the consequences of saying no.
Your actions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you all to hold on to your tits for the next super chat. Are you ready to hold on to your tits? Are you holding your
my
tits?
tits.
Okay, I'll keep a firm grip on those tits, because Rasmuseum gives $100 American.
Crank that!
My nipples have exploded with delight, as the saying goes. And says, I've been binging Windbreaker podcasts from over the past year recently. They've been excellent content to listen to while grinding in various games. My favourite recurring bit is whenever Yachts pulls out the Birmingham accent. Here's some cash as thanks for the content.
All right.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Rasmuseum.
You know, you said you don't watch a lot of movies, Yachts. Are you going to go to the theater and see all 4 of the Beatles movies coming out for the Beatles Cinematic Universe?
What do you think?
They're from Liverpool.
Which is not the same as the... It's similar to the Birmingham accent, but not exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's all British.
Anyway.
It is a small island.
Small island.
Yeah.
But a lot of different accents.
Birmingham's in the Midlands. Liverpool's in the Northwest. That's quite a drive.
And yet, they do sound kind of similar. I will give Marty that.
Yeah, it's funny that.
Yeah, to the untrained ear. Let me tell you, my ear, it's not trained.
Anyway, Juicy Jeff gives $5. Says, I praise the comeback of demos, but for better or worse, it's an easy way to sucker me into adding to my backlog. Too many good uns. Please send help.
Yeah, I would say demos are a good way to want us to want something. Like that is a good way to entice us to want your game, because you're putting the power of the decision solely in our hands, and we can make an educated decision by being like, oh, I enjoy this.
Yeah, because trailers trick you.
Trailers are tricky.
Like, this is what our game will be like. We can't show you it, but just trust us.
They could put their best foot forward, and then you don't know what's going on with their other foot.
Steam should give out like vouchers for if you've played a certain amount of demos during Next Fest. You get like, a $5 gift voucher or something. Like, they're like, go try indie games. Go try indie games. Well done.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
They're never going to do it because they're not going to give away money.
No.
El Ramper gives $5 and says, unfortunately, I'm on Team Yachts. I have watched 2 movies this year, the Cowboy Bebop movie and Porco Rosso. That's 2 more than I've watched, El Ramper.
The big 2, El Ramper.
Yeah. There's a yearly watches.
I'm still winning the doesn't care about FOMO contest.
I mean, you have watched at the very least 1 movie this year, because we watched the Silent Hill movie for this podcast.
Oh, I thought that was last year.
How that came out in January.
That was this year. We should do more video game movie stuff.
I mean, one of the big video game movies of the fall is the Resident Evil movie by the guy who did Weapons and Barbarians. So when that comes to VOD,
I'm definitely saying
I'm not going to make Yahtzee go to the theaters. That would be a step too far. I do think when it comes to VOD, that could be a fun revisit.
Maybe. I mean, I did watch the trailer for that out of curiosity, and it really felt like they more wanted to make a Silent Hill movie than a Resident Evil movie. Especially the shot with the door with all the legs coming out of it. I didn't feel Resident Evil. That felt like, that Silent Hill trailer that's got like the legs dangling from above.
Oh yeah,
with Pyramid Head underneath. Yeah, that's what that made me think of.
That's fair.
Anyway. Covered in Sponges gives $5, says, I fight FOMO by watching Y'all. Haven't seen a new movie in months. Thanks, the backdrop.
There you go. Who needs to see movies when you can
exactly
you can have Darren Babybird them for you?
Who needs to watch anything when you can just read the plot summaries on Wikipedia?
Or watch clips of it over the course of a year.
Yeah.
And piece it
Christopher
together.
Nolan's The Odyssey, the Wikipedia summary.
There you go. Blistered Soul gives £199 and says, Hades, hiding boon guide mid-game. Wasted my notes. Yeah, it's weird that. There's like an in-game encyclopedia explaining what all the boons do, but it doesn't unlock until you're quite a ways into the game.
That's right. Yeah.
It's just odd.
Does it tell you what all of them do, or does it only tell the ones that you've unlocked?
I think once you get them, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you
But
need
by
to
then
kind of, otherwise it's like question marks.
But by then you'll have pretty much gotten all of them.
Sure, yeah.
Peter Parker SL gives $10. Says, playing a lot of RPGs, and I can't help collecting all the unique items. For example, there's probably hundreds of spoons in Skyrim, but because this one is called Isolde's spoon, I want it.
Yeah, I get that. It's a unique spoon. I do some, like when I'm playing Pokemon games, I like having a living Pokemon dex. So I, like keeping one of everything. Yeah, exactly. I don't get anything from that. That's purely like I'm creating my own goal for fun in this.
If you haven't been to this area on the map, you better go explore it. Better go.
Better fill out all the squares in Symphony of the Night.
Yeah,
even the ones that don't register unless you like headbutt a ceiling for 2 minutes.
Yeah, as the bat.
I hate those. As the bat, like flying around trying to get those squares, man.
Yeah, especially those big ass outdoor areas that have.
Oh my god!
How high is the skybox? Yeah,
it's easier once you get the super jump.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game.
It's just where you just rock it vertically. Are you going to play more of the Igavania games, Jay?
I am about halfway through Aria of Sorrows.
I love Aria of Sorrow.
Yeah, it's a really, really fucking good game. I just farmed one of the souls to try and get a really powerful weapon because I'm struggling. What's the boss with the big arms down in the bottom left? He's got big arms and he punches you.
Big arms McGee.
Grabs the bat.
Yeah, you're thinking of large arms McGee.
Yeah, big arms Yeah, that motherfucker. I'm struggling with him, so I've gone off and I've started, exploring more of the area.
I assume you got the collections, like the Advance and DS collections. Nice.
Because I can't get enough. I just want more.
They're really good.
Symphony of the Night broke something in me, and I'm I need more Castlevania.
Here's what you need to fight Belore. The Medusa head soul. That's it.
Oh, is that the one where you can stay in a single spot?
Yeah, it holds you in midair. You stay next to his eye. You keep hitting it.
Oh,
that's how you win.
That's actually
any Medusas can drop that.
Yeah, but it's a pretty low chance drop, so you might want to grind for the Soul Eater ring. Also, do you have the Clave Soulish?
Is that the crazy sword?
Yeah, that's the secret best sword in the game.
Yes, I needed to farm a specific soul to get past the waterfall, and someone online was like, "You'll be farming for hours," and I killed the mob twice and got it. I've got silly luck in those games. But yes, I do have it, and that thing is insane.
Are we talking about the same sword? Because the sword I'm talking about is behind a secret wall.
It's behind a secret wall in the there's an underwater section with a big boat.
Yeah, the sunken ship. Yeah. There's a sunken ship. You break the wall to the left of the ship, and in the room beyond that is the Clave Soulish.
Yes, I've got that.
That's the best sword in the game.
I've got that, so I just need to get the Medusa, and then I'll be able to beat up them big hands guy. What a cool reveal. The bat boss spawns, and then you're like, oh, I'm fighting a big bat, and then the fucking hand comes out and crushes it, and then the guy comes out from the back. Amazing.
You played this game recently, Yachts? Like, how do you have such a clean memory?
I've played it a million times. It's one of my favorite Castlevanias, and I bet everyone who hasn't played it is getting some serious FOMO right now.
It's really straight up, guys.
Play
it. It's really cheap to get the collection, and it plays like butter. It's really good, and it has save states. Not that I'm using them,
of course,
but it has save states,
just in case.
Anyway, Vactor gives $20 and says, "I have been quoting a show I watched as a child and had no idea what it was. I've been trying to figure it out until 2 weeks ago. Yahtzee solved the mystery for me. As a thank you, I wrote this super chat without my pants. Aha." We're talking about Round the Twist. I was wondering.
Okay,
for a while.
so I was hoping that there was going to be a hint of what show, because I'm like, you're just leaving us hanging.
Yes, Ordinary-ish gives $9.99 and says, "I'm a 100% completion nutter, and I hate having to replay a whole game to make a single change to get my 100%, especially when it's impossible to do in post-game fuckabouts. Also, puppy tax."
Oh, puppy tax.
Yeah, I'll grab Ludo in a second. Having percentages on maps or on save files is really smart. Anything that just clues the player in that they haven't done the things. There's more to do. There's more stuff. These look like quest logs, percentage markers, maps that have unveiling blocks. Anything to just clue the player in on there's more content. Really, really, really smart.
I mean, percentages can get tricky, though, if you go beyond 100% and are like, you know what, fuck it, we'll do it 200%.
Oh, yeah, 200% in Symphony.
Yeah.
I think it's Hollow Knight. The top percent is like 116 or something,
Yeah,
which is just such an arbitrary.
Yeah, completely random. I feel like someday Ludo's gonna be bigger than you. And Ludo
She
will
hasn't
hold
grown
you.
in like 2 years.
I don't know about that.
She's already about the same size.
Nice.
Cutie.
Anyway, Vivinomus gives $10. Says, missed last week, but shout out Steambot Chronicles. Dig through newspaper archives in Main City to find a character's tragic backstory and then get called a weirdo for asking them about it. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's I've seen a couple of video essays on this. This was like a PS2, a late PS2 hidden gem that apparently has like a ton of like really cool sandbox and rhythm systems in it. Never played the game, but yeah, that is a fun one of those games that you love that no one knows of.
Frisky Biscuit gives $4.99 and then gives a clinking beer glasses emoji and nothing else. And then Cup of the Usual gives $9.99 and says, Guilty Gear Strive recently added a paid battle pass, and one of the main draws are little narrative vignettes, which end up free after the pass ends, and that's helped make them feel less predatory.
That's nice.
Okay.
There's lots of stuff you can do with battle passes. Everyone gives Fortnite a lot of shit, but they've introduced a lot of really cool practices to the industry. One of them being that if you buy a battle pass, while you level it up, you earn enough currency to buy the next one. So you buy one, and if you play enough, you can just buy the next month's one, so you don't need to spend any more money. That is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be one of those like, okay, it's still like enticing you to have this be your full-time game, but it is at least rewarding you with the ability to keep that full-time game free.
Yes.
And also being able to lock them is really cool. Like, say there's a tier in the battle pass that you really, really want to get, but it might be really high and you might not be able to play enough. You have a certain amount of, this isn't in Fortnite, it's in other games, but you can lock specific sections of the battle pass so it will carry on to the next month and it stays there. So you can still farm it. Like, that's, again, a good practice. I understand why battle passes exist, because these companies need to make money, like, to have these games exist. But doing things like that really benefits the consumer, which is a really not a practice you see a lot in the games industry. So I think we should be praising things like that.
I guess so. Lina Loki Kuhn gives $5, says, the thing I hate, hiding Steam achievements behind paid DLC. I had a perfect achievement set, Power Wash Simulator. How dare you? Have you considered not giving a shit? Have you considered not giving a shit about getting all the achievements?
I do think it should be a different thing. I do agree. I feel like what the game ships with as 100% DLC, 100% achievements, anything added after that should be kind of a separate thing. Counterpoint, I do think Yahtzee's not giving a shit could help, but that might not be like the balm for everyone.
You could say that to anything. Oh, my entire family died. Just don't give a shit.
Yeah. You thought about loving them less?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good practice for a daily life.
It sounds like good practice for fueling depression.
I did a semi-ram not too long ago, simply called "You Can Just Quit."
Yeah,
in which I expressed a lot of these sentiments, and I just
which I do think is also an important point.
Just to clarify my position, the message of that video was: if you are having fun grinding up whatever you're doing in a game, then go nuts. But if you take a moment to reflect and realize you're not having fun, you can quit. You have my permission to quit. And I think more people need to hear that. And
I think that spreads across, that's games, that's TV shows, that's books you're reading. If you're just not enjoying something, there are so, like, I have to imagine everyone watching or listening to this has a eternal backlog of stuff they eventually want to get to. Just move on to the next thing. Like, and I know it's tough. Yeah. I know that, the sunken time/cost fallacy, exactly, Onyx, but,
Yeah, well,
easier said than done, though. I'm certainly a victim of that.
Well, there's the sunk cost fallacy is sort of unavoidable. We're all going to be on our deathbeds wishing we did other things. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Not me, though. I'm going to be lying on my deathbed going, God, I wish I'd spent more time in the office. God, I loved it in there. It was so quiet, and it smelled of me.
I wish I could have got just a couple more Dead by Daylight skins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still, as always, reincarnation.
Yeah, there you go.
Unlock the last of them then. Right, well, that's the last of the Super Chats. Thanks for listening to the Windbreakers podcast. We do this every Monday, don't you know? And we'll continue to do so as long as this company remains financially viable. You know, the best way to ensure that is to join the Patreon at patreon.com/secondwindgroup. But it's not like we're asking you to do that for no reason. Good Lord, no. There's so many fun things to enjoy for just the Patreon subscribers.
Oodles.
Extra bonus videos and shit. I've got another law read coming out this week, I think. The Resident Evil one.
Yeah. Yeah, we filmed another fun group video last week. We'll also have a third part to our Dark Souls roommate list going up. All sorts of fun stuff we're prepping.
But if you're only interested in the free stuff, there's also Fully Ramblematic on Wednesday, where I'll be talking about Beast of Reincarnation, the new hack and slash by the Pokemon guys, who will presumably be very annoyed to hear me call them the Pokemon guys.
Their name's the Pokemon Company. I guess this was more Game Freak.
Yeah, this was Game Freak. I think the Pokemon Company was like a subset of Game Freak.
It's very confusing. It's all very confusing.
I know.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even fully understand it.
Wash the hands of it very easily.
Scritchy, scratch. Oh, yes, that's the spot. Oh, that's the scritchy spot. Oh, yes. Sorry, yes.
Those are some good scritches.
And
then this weekend, we'll all be back for Adventurers Night.
Yes, indeed. Episode, where are we at now?
7 or 8?
I think it's 8.
I think it's 8.
Yeah, we're kind of making our preparations to finally get someone's sister back.
It's time for the showdown. The showdown with Sebastian Piss.
The OK Corral. Yeah.
And I've got my weekly stream, Yahtzee Tries, on Wednesday, as always. And yes, and the compilation of that on Sunday will be out then as well. Anything else to plug?
Yeah, Jay, you had your big old Egavania video go up today.
Yes, I had my Symphony of the Night episode go up, which is a breakdown of pixel art shenanigans into one fatal flaw into its map design, and the Inverse Castle, which I had an absolute blast playing. Also, big shout out to Yahtzee's episode on its UI. I didn't have to talk about any of that bollocks because this man already did it.
The UI is really bad.
It's very weird.
Yeah, and the next vote for the Jay's Never Played It Before Retro Shenane Games is going to be tomorrow at 7 p.m. EST over on the Design Delve Twitch channel. So if you want to vote on what the next Design Delve is going to be, you can come over and hang out then.
For Nintendogs?
Yeah, it's going to be between Nintendogs and the first ever Tamagotchi.
So I would actually
Tamagotchi life.
Yeah, no, just a Tamagotchi.
Just a video of me playing with a Tamagotchi and being frustrated with its death. But yeah, watch this episode of Adventurers Night, guys. It is a spicy one.
Honestly, the next couple are full of spices.
Mm-hmm.
And then normal the Hot Monday Energy crew will be back in full this evening. Tomorrow we're going to have the rewind at the normal time. We'll be talking about the end of Oak Street, a new Dino movie, as well as the first episode of Lanterns, the Green Lantern HBO series by Damon Lindelof of Watchmen.
Do they wear the suits?
Has there
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. I'm watching tonight.
Has Green Lantern ever worked in a non-comic book medium?
No, it sounds like this is it, though.
This is the one?
Yeah, Darren has seen, I think, all but one of the episodes, and he loved it. It's very much, if you watch HBO's Watchmen, which I think is like legitimately one of the best comic book TV shows or movies ever made, it's the same crew behind that. So
cool.
Yeah. Are there any Green Lantern video games?
I think there was a beat 'em up for like the Super Nintendo. Not a ton though. Like I don't even know if the Ryan Reynolds movie had a tie-in.
It's quite a cool concept to be able to do video gamey things like making constructs and stuff like that.
He's a playable character in the Injustice games.
Sure, yeah. I don't know if he's ever had his own game.
He wasn't in DC versus Mortal Kombat.
Apparently there was a Ryan Reynolds game, Green Lantern Rise of the Manhunters.
Oh, it probably sucked.
Yeah, and it's one of those that released on every platform, and there was like 3 different developers of 3 different games.
Oh my god.
I love when that happens.
Sounds pretty bad. And then besides that, normal streams the rest of the week. All that good stuff. Right. Oh, and there should be a new episode of Game Arcadia tomorrow from Jenna and Jesse Schwab, if you guys are fans of the Game Arcadia.
Well, right then.
Yeah.
I guess that's it for plugs then.
Absolutely.
I'll see you all on Wednesday.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for all the support.
Team.